Hello and welcome to BJA Today, and I'm BJ Arnett. You know, when you've growing up and television is your thing, you kind of get involved with everything television and film. And that's kind of how I grew up. But the lady I have with me now kind of grew up in front of us in sort of a different way. There are stories that she can tell that I'll never be able to tell. But I want to welcome you and her. Welcome to BJA Today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to say Ms. Todd.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, right now, everybody is watching the camera, zoom into your face, and they're saying, wait a minute, I know that face. I know that face. Give us a little bit of history just from the place that you feel that America has recognized you the most.
Okay, well, I have been around for a long time, but when people know me, usually it's because they maybe have kids who grew up with Lizzie McGuire, and I played Hilary Duff's mother on Lizzie McGuire and in the Lizzie McGuire movie, and that was the thing that most people watched that I've been in.
They're fantastic, Mom, and you got these on sale?
Honey, I spent less on all this stuff than I would have spent on that one pair of pants from the Style Shack.
Oh.
Now you go out there and you win Best Dressed.
Here's what's funny to me. I just kind of saw you in the hallway of course, at ICFF. Mm-hmm. I did not know why I was going, who is that? It's that face that just simply has not really changed.
It hasn't changed, has it, in 20 years?
You're a mess.
Not a bit.
You held that soft, beautiful character.
Thank you. That is very kind. I have only fond memories of working on that, and really appreciative to have been a part of something that touched so many young people's lives, and they considered...
And you became a household face. You know, the household name, the household face.
I think part of that was that Disney would just not have any commercials on the Disney Channel, so all their commercials were for their shows. So when it wasn't on, it was being advertised nonstop. So I almost feel guilty for being too much in people's homes during that period of time, because it was like, yeah, okay, Lizzie McGuire, we know. But
one of the most popular shows of the period. One of the most popular shows of the period. But there was a lady before that, and a lady that now stands as a producer, director, writer. I mean, it looks like you have done a bit of everything, from in front of the camera to behind the camera. And now you get the opportunity to do it with your family, your husband and your daughter. How amazing is it to go from in front of the camera to behind the camera and begin discovering what content building is all about?
It's amazing. Now, I grew up in Hollywood in an entertainment home.
Exactly.
My mother was character actress Ann Gilbert, who some people know she was Yetta on The Nanny,
yes,
and Millie on the old Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh, I'm so excited. I feel like flying to him on gossamer wings.
Your mama.
My heart got a smash in the face. That night I will never erase. You saw me standing neath the sun and the stars, and I was something to see.
I was actually made my debut on the old Dick Van Dyke Show as her unborn child.
I was about to say, it's in her tummy.
Yeah, who ended up being a boy when the baby was born, but whatever. And my father was a television producer and writer, and he did Duel. He discovered Steven Spielberg to shoot Duel when he was 23 years old. And so I had both behind the scenes and in front of the camera exposure when I was young, but I never, ever thought I would get behind the camera. I always wanted to follow in my mother's footsteps and be an actress. And only when my husband and I were together, and we've been married, Glenn Withrow is my husband, we've been married for 30 years. He had done several projects for Francis Ford Coppola as an actor. And he was very inspired by Coppola working with his family, because he brings all...
There's something beautiful about it.
It's amazing.
It is.
And he really wanted to create that same scenario, and he made it happen. And now we all, our daughter writes with us and produces with us, and it's like I have to pinch myself. I'm so grateful.
And you know, when you say you've had the front of the camera and the behind of the camera growing up, and though you didn't even recognize it probably as a child, that was influencing you on both sides, of course. But then you get the opportunity, as we're here at ICFF, we hear the sounds of films behind us. We understand why we are here and how many people are involved in content building during this particular time. You have an opportunity to tell stories with your family, just like the folks who are running up and down these halls right now, trying to get to you to find out, how do I do this? What's your best advice now that you're on this side of content building? What's your best advice to folks who are trying to step into it?
You know, I came to it from such a different exposure. I got in the door from the day I was born, which is something I feel guilty about and very, very grateful for, but my husband didn't. He scraped his way to make his moment and make his way, and he just would say, never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Yeah.
That's, stay focused, stay true to your vision, which is difficult, but stay true to it and never give up.
When you began to, the three of you began to sit down to work on the latest project, which is?
The Last Champion. The Last Champion.
The Last
Yes,
Champion.
and I'm not giving sound bites very well yet, I don't think. I was told, make sure there's sound bites, but I just...
That's
so,
okay.
Sorry.
The Last Champion, and when you were telling me about it, and I realized that I had seen something on social media about it.
Oh,
but
okay.
The storyline is all about a wrestler, correct?
It is about a man who was a champion in high school and college and made the Olympic wrestling team and then blew it.
Don't tell too much.
He blew it. It happens at the very beginning. You find out he tanked his opportunity, and in doing so made a lot of people very angry in his hometown and hurt his ex-girlfriend and abandoned everybody, couldn't come home because he was so ashamed. And so the movie starts when he has to go back years later to
that hometown
and face those people he's been avoiding.
Hey, Frank. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had company. I would have called, but I couldn't find my phone. I lost my phone. Turn it off.
Okay. What's wrong, Melinda? Is it the kids?
Yeah, he's my son. So I'm the one that's gonna be getting him when he's in trouble, okay? Not you. You're not family.
Okay, Melinda, we tried to reach you. When we couldn't, we didn't know what to do. Joanna was worried that you'd be upset. I said you'd be more upset if I let him sit in jail.
I just wish I could control him. He's bad. He's bad because I'm a bad mom. I'm such a bad mom. No wonder he hates me.
So here is something that's very interesting. It's most of us come from somewhere and did something, speak for myself, in our past that we really would not want to just walk back into hometown and say, hey, here I am, remember when I, But in this film, that storyline is the meat of the story.
That's the storyline.
When you are writing together, when the three of you are writing together, who's driving the force of the story? Or do you kind of equally drop in?
You know, it's very balanced.
It's very harmonious.
It is. I think that we create the story together and the characters and the world. We create the world. And then sometimes we'll write the scene all together. Sometimes one of us will say, I got a beat on this. I'm going to run with it and then bring it back to the group, and then we dissect it and reconstruct it.
I love that. But here's the other part that I love about that is that, you know, you and your husband are of one generation, and then your daughter comes in with another generation. So you're getting this thickness of and then the fluidity of it being family.
Right.
So that's all good stuff. You're a pleasure to talk to. Let me say that.
Thank you. So are you.
And you did give some sound bites.
Oh, I
matter.
did?
Yes.
I gave some sound bites?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to say that.
Oh,
We believe it.
all right. Well, thank you so much.
We both gave them the look.
Okay. I'm giving you the look.
Give you the look.
Yeah.
Give you the look. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you. Thank
and
you.
blessings on all the rest of the things that you're going to be doing,
Thank you.
because I know there's many more great films to come. There's a lot for you to do.
It's so funny because now we're sort of dividing, and he's prepping a project for us all to join, and I'm doing one with Ivy for us to all join together. But she is all of a sudden, because some years have passed, she has become the driver in the biggest way. She's like, "Have you written? Have you done it?" And I'm like,
You know,
you're ahead of me.
Look, but wait, we train them, and then all at once they
Right.
turn into little bosses. What's happening here with these children?
Absolutely, you're totally right. Plus, she's an attorney, so she's unbelievably she's faster than I am. Her brain works faster, and
But don't you love it?
she's so disciplined. But
Don't
yes,
you
I
love it?
do. I love it with all my heart. It's the best thing ever.
It is the best thing
The
ever.
best, yeah.
So you guys, every time you think of building a storyline,
Mm-hmm.
think of us, think of family, think of how beautiful it would be to build a storyline, to build content, and to build legacy all at the same time. I think God had something really good in mind. So just flow with him. This is BJ Arnett. This is BJA Today. We love you. Have a great day. ICFF is on the move.